So I hope everybody has a pencil and paper, and we'll just get started because everybody wants to learn how to do their business better. For everyone here on the call, here's the first question. Everybody says, well, what are we going to do during this COVID-19 coronavirus problem? And I go, huh? I says, well, think about it this way. Uh, we all do our business. We talk to people next to us, and we talk to people far away. Now, somebody doesn't live close to us. We probably talk to them by telephone or by Messenger or Facebook or WhatsApp or something. Wait a minute. Nothing changed. Nothing at all. So some people say, well, this is all going on. Yeah, it's all going on, but nothing has changed. So we still communicate just the way we always did. So let's get on with it. Now, let's talk about our prospects. Because there is a virus thing going on, will they still want better health? Probably more. Will they still have, I don't know, some people have gas in their stomach? Probably. Or itchy skin? Yeah, I think so. Or want to look good? Sure. How many people would like to have more money? Yeah. Or a second income. So not only is this normal, just like we always do the business, but it's probably better because our prospects are all home so we can talk to them. They can't say they're too busy to talk to us because we know they're at home watching television or Netflix or Sky TV or cable TV or something. So this is a great time to talk to them. Now, the question is, how are we going to talk to them? Well, for everyone here that's just brand new or just starting off, you may not feel very confident. So if you have a pencil and paper, let me write down the formula for confidence. Now, when I started, I was a shy, nerdy, personality free, charisma bypass, socially challenged engineer. Didn't know how to talk to people. It was like really, really hard for me. So, what did I do? Well, people say, well, just be brave, have the eye of the tiger, vision of an eagle. You just got to believe more. You know what? I tried that, and I was still shy and not able to talk to people very good. So, all those things sound nice, and we can use our willpower and just go out and get rejection. But let me suggest there's another way. So, if you're shy and you want to be confident, this is the formula. So, right, confidence equals, it's going to equal two things: belief, BELIEF, plus skills, SKILLS. So, if you're not confident, if for some reason you don't want to talk to that person who makes a lot of money and is kind of mean like my evil uncle, guess what? We can have full confidence to do it if we have belief plus skills. So let's talk about belief first. And this is something as leaders that you and I are going to give our brand new distributors right away. This is our job. So, how do we believe in our business and our products? Well, number one, probably take them. And if we have a strong personal result ourselves, that's the easiest way to get belief. Because for humans to believe something, we can want to believe, we can try to believe, but really easy is if we have a personal experience, it's easy to believe. The example I like to use, put our hands on the stove, we burn it. Oh, we have a really good belief that we shouldn't put our hands on the stove anymore. Really good belief. Just like that one experience, man, we're going to remember it and it's with us for always. So when something happens to us, when we have a personal experience, guess what? It's easy to believe. So let's start by, using the products. And you're going to say, gee, that jelly worked out pretty good. Hey, I really like how that worked. So what if you don't have a really big personal testimonial? Okay, maybe one of our customers do, and maybe somebody else's customers do. And when you get on a webinar like this or go to a meeting, you hear about other people. So hanging around with people that had a strong product reaction and belief helps build our belief. Now, if you see how much products help people, our personal belief will have this inside us say, man, I don't care if I make money or not. I just want them to use it because it would help them so much. And when you have that feeling inside, like, I'm afraid to talk to that person, but gosh, they just need to know. I let them know they could have the product. If they choose or not, okay. But at least should give them a chance to say no because they really, really need it. When we have that strong belief, that's half the formula for confidence. And you say, well, what about the belief about the money part? Well, when we first get started, we're probably not going to get a big check our first day or first month. It's a business. So, how do businesses work? Well, if you had a restaurant, you got to rent a place and then you're going to buy some furniture and hire a cook and order some food, probably advertise or something and get some permits from the government. We're going to lose a lot of money for a couple of months before I can get this thing up and running. And then hopefully enough people come in that maybe we could break even and maybe 6 months later or a year later start making money. Now, our business is different. We don't have to put all that money in. We can start making a little bit of money right away just by retailing a product or maybe having enough volume to get a small bonus. So the good thing about our business is people don't have to risk a lot of money and wait a long, long time to get something. So when we get our first bonus check or make our first commission from selling the product, we think, I'm starting to build that belief. So when we experience, it's easier. If we don't have the experience, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to go to the meetings. We're going to hang around the people that have had experience. We don't have to personally experience something to believe it to be true. We can just look around and say, well, that makes sense. That seems right. We don't have to personally experience it. But I will tell you that if you don't get to any meetings or any Zoom seminars like this, maybe you won't have other people's experience to help build your belief. Now, you and I know absolutely that people can earn money. Absolutely. We see it everywhere. We see, Kim makes quite a bit of money, and a lot of people make quite a bit of money. So we know it is possible. We may not know if it's possible for us. So that might be a doubt in our mind. So remember, what we want to do is attend, participate, hang around, do what we can to make sure that people kind of influence us so we have a stronger personal belief. Now, what's next? So, okay, I got that belief thing going. So, what am I going to do? How am I going to get the other part, the skill thing going? So, ask yourself, what skill am I missing? What skill am I missing that I need to maybe talk to people better? What could that be? You say, well, I need the skill of using the right words. I need the skill of, I don't know, how to talk to people where I won't get rejected so I won't feel bad. Or I need the skill of how to talk to people so they believe me. Or I need the skill of talking to people so they're just not mean. These are good skills to learn. So part of us learning a new business is skills. Now, if we open that restaurant, I can tell you, you can have a vision board, you can be inspired, you can be motivated. But if you don't have the skill of cooking, man, that restaurant's going to fail. And if you don't know how to cook, chances are maybe now would be a good time to learn. So now we join network marketing. Here's what I did. I joined network marketing and I took my engineering skills into network marketing. Now, that would have been a mistake, wouldn't it? That would have been a huge mistake. And I made it. So instead of learning brand new skills of how to talk to people, I just explained it the best way I knew how because I just thought all we had to do was chat with people. And the answer is no. There are specific skills of how we talk to people so they understand us, believe us, open up their minds, and hear what we offer fairly. And that's all we ask. We just ask people, open up your mind and take away all the prejudice and your baggage and all this stuff. Just take it away, take it away. And once that's all gone, I'll place what we have to offer. Could be a product or opportunity inside your mind. Now, once inside your mind, it's up to you. Will this serve you or not? That's your decision. So, our job is to remove all the garbage and prejudice and barriers in their mind so they just hear what we have to offer fairly. That's it. No selling, no closing, nothing. We just offer clearly something they can make up their mind upon and try to keep away all their prejudice and bad experiences in the past so they can just look at the value we have to offer. So that's a skill. And that's something that, well, we're going to learn how to do today. So it's going to be a lot easier when we talk to people. So, two things belief. Yep, we're going to work on that always. And when the belief is burning inside, like they just need to know, even if I don't make money from it, it's fine. They just need to know. And they just need to know fairly. When that belief is there, that's half of confidence. The other half is the skills of how to do it. And the skills of how to talk to people, network marketing, is a little bit different than the skills we learned in school on how to talk to people. We talk to people socially, but in network marketing, we're going to have to talk to people commercially, like a business. And we don't know how to do that when we start. And that's why it makes us feel icky, a little shy, in my case, scared to death to talk to people. I was worried that they're going to think, oh, you're just trying to make money off of me. Oh, you're high pressure and trying to close me. Oh, you're just a salesman. And you know what? That's probably pretty accurate. That's how I was thinking. And I just needed to change how I thought. So that is the rule, or that is the formula for confidence. So if you can just remember, if I'm not confident now, which one of these am I missing, or both? Am I missing that I don't believe enough, or am I missing that I just don't have the skills on how to talk to people, and it just goes bad when I talk to them? So this is important, the skills, because here's what people tell me all the time when they get started. I just don't have anybody to talk to. I just need more prospects. Uh, And so where can I find them? Where do I run an ad or do something on Facebook, or do I buy leads? And I look at them and I go, okay, you have people to talk to. 7.8 billion people in the world. That's a lot of people, and you have hundreds of thousands within your area. So don't ever say you don't have anybody to talk to. Instead, what we should say is, I don't know how to talk to them. And so that's why I'm looking for people to come up to me and say, please tell me. It's going to be a long wait. So, what we have to do is learn how to talk to anybody at all. And when we do that, we're going to go, I will never run out of people to talk to. Because when I started, I would see people, like Kim, who just are natural. They can just talk to people, no problem. But me, I'd worry about it and think, what am I going to say? How am I going to talk to them? It was going to be a huge problem. So if you're watching right now, look at that formula and say to yourself, when am I going to learn the skills of talking to people? And hopefully today is going to be a good start for it. But we're going to continue learning as we go. You say, okay, I'm ready to rock them. I got the formula. So belief. Okay, I know exactly what to do about my belief. And I'm going to teach this to my new team members. I'm going to get them to really believe in the products, really believe in the opportunity. And gosh, if I do that, they'll be off to a pretty good start. But the skill part, well, let's get started. Now, the only thing between you and I and where we want to be is some things we don't know yet. So think about that. The only thing between where we are right now and where we'd like to be is some stuff we don't know right now. Because if we knew that stuff, guess what? We would be there. So if you want to be like Kim, you say, well, the only thing between me and Kim is a whole bunch of stuff that Kim knows that I don't know yet. Now, here's the good news. Everybody here has one of these. I believe you call it a cell phone. And if you have a cell phone, whether it be Android or Apple, you have one. But roughly about 10, 12 years ago, nobody had a mobile phone. Nobody. Nobody had a smartphone. Nobody knew how to use a smartphone. Now, how many people know how to use one today? Everybody. My 3-year-old granddaughter knows how to use a smartphone. She's swiping away and poking and figuring things out. But 12 years ago, nobody knew how to use a smartphone. It was a mystery. So here's what it teaches us. We can learn. 12 years ago, not a single human knew how to use a smartphone, but now everyone does. So as human, we can learn. So there's a bunch of stuff that we don't know right now, but I can guarantee everybody here on this call that we can learn those things. No problem. And we will learn these things. So don't feel intimidated. Don't feel like, oh, I can never do this. I can never be like Kim. I can never be like my leader. Yes, we can. We just learn the skills. And if we learn the skills, we can be awesome in this business. So that's the things we don't know that's holding us back. My question is, if there's a bunch of things that you don't know and you could learn, I can guarantee you could learn. Everybody here has probably learned to dance or use their cell phone or drive a car or something. I can guarantee that if you could learn, guess what? You have a choice. So I'd like you right now to make a choice and say, okay, there's a bunch of stuff I don't know yet that's keeping me from where I want to be. And I don't know it, but I could learn it if I wanted to. Do I want to learn? So if you can make that commitment to yourself, you're going to make it in this business. And you might be saying, but my experience has been horrible. I have all this experience that made me believe I couldn't do it. Well, yeah, many of us have these bad experiences, so we believe we can't do it. But we do know if we learn new skills, we can do it. So you say, yeah, this is easy for me. But remember, we're going to sponsor people who are not like us. We're going to sponsor people that's going to be doubtful. They're going to be unsure of themselves, no confidence, don't know anything about the business, and they don't believe they can learn new things. But we have to take the time and say, please relax. Think about all the things you learned that you didn't know before. You can learn new things. And then we'll ask them a question. If I can show you a fantastic life that you could have, but it would require learning things you don't know right now, but you could learn if you chose, would you be willing to join the business and learn new things? They say, yeah, but I can't do the business. You say, yeah, I know you can't do the business right now. You don't have the skills or anything, but they can be learned. I can guarantee you can learn them. And I can guarantee you can do them once you learn them. So if there's a bunch of stuff you didn't know, just you didn't know at all, but you could learn, would you make the commitment to join the business now and take some time to learn it so you have a brand new life? And if you put it that way, a lot of people's objections go away. Because when they start, they know already they don't know a bunch of stuff. So that's a really good close, a really good way to get people involved and say, When they say, I can't do it, you say, absolutely, you cannot. Totally, 100% agree. But you could learn some secrets so you could do it. And I can guarantee you, you can learn these secrets and I can guarantee you can do them. So you have that choice. But my question is, would you join now and take the time to, learn these secrets so you could have a brand new life? And when you put it that way, it makes them feel better because we first heard this. We have all these things in our mind, like, oh, I remember that terrible salesman, and I remember that time I failed at speech class in school, and I remember this, and all our drama comes in. We want to move that out of the way and say, hey, 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 you can learn this. And now all of a sudden, people are going, all right, I think I'll join this business. I'll give it a try. And if I fail, I understand there's going to be some failures along the way, but I'm going to learn just like learning how to use, one of these phones. So, are we ready? What are we going to teach them? Well, let me give you the first secret that you and I do not know. And when you learn this secret, it will change your life forever. And this secret is going to be hard for everyone to believe here. When you hear this secret, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to think it's possible. You're going to think this is stupid. This is ridiculous. It can't be that way. I'm positive it's the other way. And that's normal because all of our life we believed something else that wasn't true. So here's the secret. The secret is when you and I sit down with somebody, it's all over in about 10 or 15 seconds. All over. They have already made their final decision, yes or no, and they haven't even heard the name of the company yet. They don't even know what our products are. They don't even know what an assistant supervisor is. They don't know anything, and they made up their mind instantly on no facts and no information, nothing. Now, when you hear this for the first time, you're going to be thinking, that's just stupid. Because all my life I was taught this, and this is what I was taught for the first years of my network marketing also. Here's what we're taught, and I'm going to point out it is horribly, horribly wrong, and it's an anchor around our neck. It's going to hold us back, destroy our business, keep us from success, and make it so hard that you will want to quit just because we believe something that's totally not true. So, are you ready? Let me show you what they taught me when I first got started. They would say, so Big Al, the company makes the stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Whew. And they ship the stuff even to customers. Oh, that's good. That's good. And they have a website and they have lawyers and they take care of everything. I said, so what do they need me for? And they say, well, the only reason they need you and I is they can do everything except one little thing, and that is to get people to say yes. The company can't get people to make a yes decision. They can't get people to say, yes, I want to be a distributor or yes, I want to be a customer. That's the only thing they can't do. So they partner with us and they say, hey guys, here's the partnership. We'll do everything, everything. All you have to do is get people to say yes. Really? Yeah. You mean I don't have to be a aloe vera scientist, researcher, and know all this stuff? No, 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 no. They have scientists for that. They have websites, they have videos. You mean I don't have to understand the compensation plan? No, nobody understands the compensation plan. You just get paid, get over it. Hmm. So what you're saying is my only job is to get people to say yes. I say, yeah. The only thing the company's going to pay you for is the only thing they want you to do, and that is to get people to say yes. Nothing else. So I said, so I don't get a bonus for doing long presentations? No. I don't get a bonus for follow up and calling people who don't answer? No. I don't get a bonus for people that say I want to think it over? No, there's no I need to think it over bonus. The only thing they pay us for is to get people to say yes. That's all we do. And I think, well, that's a pretty good deal. The company does everything, and all I have to do is get people to say yes. Hey, I like that partnership. That's cool. So all I have to do is get people to make a yes decision. Yes decision. They go, okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Now, here's what you and I don't know. You and I thought that people make yes decisions after a long, stupid, silly video presentation, demonstration, flip chart, compensation plan, whatever, and that's not how humans make decisions. Humans make decisions right away in the first 10 or 15 seconds. Now, I did not know this. So here is what I did. I told people all about the history of the company. I told them all about the company founders. I talked to them all about the different uh, scientists and all the research reports and all the testimonials. And I showed them all the products and I explained the compensation plan and maybe another video and more testimonials. And then after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes or an hour, however long I talked, I would say, and now for a decision, do you want to do it? That's not what happens. People do not make an informed decision based upon facts. Now, this is important. If we make this simple little mind change in the beginning, change our beliefs about how people make decisions, I will guarantee you everything else in our business is going to be easy. All the silly things we do that we think help people make decisions, we will stop. They say, I just can't get this. I can't get my head around it. Well, here is how humans make decisions. They take a look at us. They take a look at us and think about it. Somebody walks in the door right now. And when they walked in the door, we looked at their face and we prejudge them quickly and harshly. We prejudge them. Oh, I don't know if I can trust that person or not. I don't want them to sit next to me. I'm going to guard my purse. Or, oh, they look like an okay person. All right. We judge people. All humans do that. And we do that because I guess when we're cavemen, when you met a stranger, you want to know if they're going to kill you or not. So we still look at people and judge them. And when they sit down with us, they look at us and they're trying to figure out from our face, do you have an agenda? Are you trying to sell me something? Are you going to be tricky? Are you going to try to take my money? Is this going to be safe? Can I believe you? They look at our face and they listen to our first couple words. Maybe they look at our body language or if we seem comfortable or not. And they make an instant decision to believe us or not. Like that. It's in seconds. It's over that quick. Now, here's what we want to do in the first couple seconds. We don't have to sell them on having better health. They already want better health. Somebody sold them on that or before. And if you don't believe me that people are pre-sold, you can do this little experiment. Ask 100 people, do you want to live longer or die quickly? Do you want to live longer or die quickly? I bet 100 people are going to say, I want to live longer. They are already sold. We don't have to sell them on being healthier. We don't have to sell them on helping with their acid reflux. We don't have to sell them on feeling more energy in the morning. We don't have to sell them on looking better. We don't have to sell them on that. They've already made a yes decision on that. There's no selling involved. How cool is that? You know what? We don't even have to sell them on more money. They're pre-sold. If you and I talk to 100 people, what are they going to say? We say to 100 people, do you want more money in your life or less money? 100 people are going to say, I want more money. So we don't even have to sell them that. They are all pre sold. It's just how we talk to them from here on. Everybody we talk to already wants what we have to offer, 100%. That's great news. Now, let's think about this. They're 100% pre sold. So when we talk to them, what decision are they going to make? They're only going to make a decision of should I listen to you and believe you or not? Do you sound like somebody that I can believe? Somebody that has confidence? Or somebody who's not very sure? And I'm not going to be very sure either. So the first thing they look at us and say, can I really believe you or not? Can I trust you or not? So we're going to learn to handle that because here's how they're going to make that judgment. They're going to make that judgment when they look at us right away on two things. Number one, they're going to try to read our face and say, what is your intention? Now, when we're young, our mother stuck her head inside our bedroom door. And when she stuck her head in, we looked at her face and said, oh, what's her intention? Is she mad, happy? It's natural. We try to figure out what people's intention is. And the second thing they're looking for is the first words you say, the first 5 or 10 seconds. Are you hesitant, like you don't have any confidence, you don't believe in what you say? Or are you pretty sure about what you say? You know the words, you don't stutter. Like, in that case, maybe I should listen to you because you seem to have confidence. So they make this first judgment on us on almost no information. They just kind of look at us and say, all right, if I follow you, will I be safe? If I follow you on your journey to have a business, can you get me to successfully? Or if I follow you on your journey in business, am I going to die? So they're going to, wow, prejudge us and go, Are you a good person to follow or not? Like that. So if we have the first few words of our conversation kind of memorized or just know clearly what we want to say, people will want to be with us. So remember, it's not all that other information. They just want to make a quick snap judgment if I should listen and follow you or not. So their decision, yes or no, is going to happen the first 5 or 10 seconds. So they're going to say, do I listen to you? Do I believe you? Do I want to follow you? Very quickly. Now, here's what I mean by a decision. They're going to make a yes or no decision to follow us or not. Now, if they say no after 10 seconds, like, oh, you don't seem to be very confident in this. You seem to be pretty unsure. I don't think I want to go on your journey. Well, in that case, that means no. And that's okay. We just go on and talk to somebody else. Now, after 5 or 10 seconds, they're thinking, yeah, you seem to know what's going on. I think I want to follow you. That's a yes decision. So here's how humans think. They say, what I want to do is make an instant yes or no decision quickly, very, very quickly. And then if the answer is no, I want to think about something else. And if the answer is yes, then you can give me some details. And that would be our presentation where we're showing the video, the testimonials, we sample some products on their hands. So how humans like to receive information is this. Please give me a chance to say yes or no quick. That way I can save time. And if the answer is yes, it's interesting to me. If I make a decision, yes, this is interesting to me, then and only then give me a presentation. So the mistake we make early in our career is we want to give them a presentation because we think people make decisions on information and they don't. Here's what people want. They want a chance to say yes or no right away. And then if the answer is yes, then give me information. Now, there's a reason for this. Our human mind can have one conscious thought at a time, just one, that's it. And we got a lot of things to think about, like who fed the dog? What am I going to do at work tomorrow? What am I going to do on the weekend? Where are we going to go on holiday when this lockdown is over? What would I like to? So we have a lot of things to think about, and they're all piling up, waiting their turn. So when we talk to people, they got this huge load of stuff waiting for us to think about, and we say, "Stop, listen to my presentation for 30 minutes." They are stressed out. No, no, no. What they want to do is say, "Please give me a chance to say yes or no first, because if the answer is no, I can get back to all these things and I won't be stressed. If the answer is yes, well, then I'll tell all these things to wait and I will give you extra time for a presentation." So all of our stress with people can go away if we do this, which is we just give them a chance to say yes or no first. We love to do this. Now, I'm going to give you some demonstrations just so you feel more comfortable about this. But if you get this one thing that we didn't know and really understand it, it's going to change everything when we talk to people. Everything. Because when we sit down with them in 10 seconds, they're looking at our face. What's your intention? Well, what do you want to do here? And are you confident? Do you have things in mind? This is what they're judging on. Now, I'm going to give you some quick examples of how humans make instant, immediate decisions on zero information. Are you ready? Now, watch this. You sit down with a prospect, and the prospect is folding their arms, leaning back, frowning. Have they made a decision? And we're thinking, yeah, they made a decision. What was the decision? No. And what they based their decision on, how much information? None. Wow. Let's do another one. We invite somebody to a meeting and they do not show up. Yeah, that happens. Have they made a decision? Yeah, they made a decision. What was their decision? No. Based on how much information? None. I didn't give them any information. So they made their final decision on no information. Wow, I've seen that happen a lot. Okay. Uh, for all the ladies on the call, have you seen a man with a remote control in front of the TV channel surfing? Click, 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 changing channels. Yeah, of course. And ladies, you look at men and say, men are so stupid. They make their final decision to watch that TV channel or not, like boom, and they haven't seen anything. And men, um, we that's what we do. So let's move on. Uh, how many people here have seen a video on YouTube? Now, if you've seen a video on YouTube, how many seconds into the video before we make up our mind, before we make a decision if we want to watch it or not? And you say, well, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Yeah, instant decision before we see the information. Uh, If you've ever been to a restaurant, have you ever gone inside a restaurant before you've seen the menu? Almost every time. So we make our final decision to go inside a restaurant many times before we've even seen the menu. We make our final decision to order stuff off the menu before we know about all the ingredients. Oh, waiter, uh, these vegetables, are they organically grown? And this chicken for this dish, did the chicken have a happy life before they killed it? No, we don't know any of that. We make our final decision before the presentation information. This is what humans do. Now, this is important for us. Watch this. Right now, we get a phone call on our cell phones. It's from, I don't know, a salesman. We look at it, and what do? We make an instant decision, no, and sometimes we don't even pick up the call. Now, if you and I make a final instant no decision to salespeople like that with no information, if that's what you and I do to salespeople, do you think other people do that to us? What percentage of the time? 100% of the time. So when you and I sit down with a live human being or over Zoom or over a phone call, they make up their minds in about the first 10 seconds. We don't like this. We don't think it's fair. It's how it is. This is huge because here's what this means for all of us here. The bad news is it's all over in 10 seconds before I've even had a chance to tell them about aloe vera. But the good news is you and I only have to be good for about 10 seconds. If we're good during those first 10 seconds, guess what? They're going to make a yes decision. And they're going to say, yeah, sounds good. Tell me more. And then we can do our presentation. So please don't do the presentation right away or call people asking for long appointments for presentations, whatever. Give them a chance to say yes or no first, because that's how the human mind works. Humans make decisions on zero information. Now, I've never been to Nigeria, and I see we have a lot of people here in Nigeria. But in England or Europe, they have grocery stores, and at grocery stores, they'll have something that looks like this. It's a box of cornflakes. I don't know if you can see this or not, but let's imagine you're in a grocery store and you're there with this box of cornflakes, and you say, okay, you're walking down the aisle, you look on the left, and you see a box of cornflakes. What does our minds do? Does our mind say, oh, tell me about the cornflakes? Are they natural, supernatural, international? Tell me about the cornflake company founder. Do they have a company video? Show me some testimonials. Can their scientists beat up my scientists? No, we don't think like that. We just look at cornflakes and say, yuck, ugh, terrible stuff. And we go on. We make an instant decision on no information. You and I, when we're shopping, go down that aisle and we say, no, no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, do whatever we like or don't like. Instant decisions, less than 10 seconds. And if we thought long and hard about everything, guess what? We would starve before we got to the end of the aisle. Please, please, please carve this in your desk or tattoo it on your wrist that people make decisions instantly in the first 5 or 10 seconds. We have to control that time. If you can control the first 10 seconds, and if you're good during the first 10 seconds, you're in. So if you're brand new here, think about this. Wow, I don't even have to know about the compensation plan. Correct. I mean, if people ask you about the compensation plan, well, how does the compensation plan work? You say, well, if a lot of people use the products, you're going to make a lot of money. If fewer people use the products, you're going to make less money. That's how it works. And for all the details and percentages, you'll learn that in training. No worries. And I go, okay. All the details, forget about them. It's not going to make a difference in their decision. Zero. All they're going to do in the first 10 seconds is look at our face and see, are you sincere? Are you honest? Do you have my best interest at heart? Are you some kind of salesman trying to sell me or hide something or try to trick me? And, when you talk, are you confident for 10 seconds? Do you seem like you know what to say for 10 seconds? And then they're going to make up their mind, yes or no. And you say, that's just stupid. Yeah, but it's the way it is. As humans, we got to make thousands of decisions every day. We can't stop and have a presentation for everything. Now, I want to show you why it's been impossible for many of us to get appointments with relatives and friends. We call and we say these words, and it scares them to death. We call them up and say, hey, good friend. And they go, uh-oh, sounds like you have an agenda. You're going to try to borrow money from me or ask me to move furniture. Uh-oh, I got to be careful. And then we say, I just joined a new business. And they go, oh, no. Oh, no. They're probably going to want to sell me their new stuff or make me join business. Terrible. And we say, I just need 20 minutes of your time. 20 minutes? I got 10,000 things to think about. I can't give you 20 seconds. And I want to come over and give you a, listen to this word, presentation. Presentation, that means a salesman. Oh, no, I don't want that. And they're going to do everything possible not to set an appointment with us. And here's what they're going to do. They're going to say, "You're my friend. I can't tell you I'm not interested. I can't tell you no, but I got to get rid of you. And I just want to make a quick yes or no decision." So they will always say things like, well, just tell me what it's about first, so I can make a yes or no decision first, because that's how I like to do things in my life. So they always say, well, tell me a little bit about it first before you take up a lot of my time and sell me or give me a presentation. Just tell me the first thing. And here's where it can go wrong. If we say, no, I got to tell you everything first, they're not going to like it. Instead, we should give them a chance to say yes or no quickly. So please remember, people do not listen to lots of information and then make a decision. That's not true. We believe that all our life. It's not true, not true, not true. People make their final decision to be with us in our business or to use our products like that. So please remember, what we learned before was not true, and that made our business hard. Now it's going to be easy because we know they make the decision the first 5 or 10 seconds. And what we're going to concentrate the rest of our time in now is learning what to say during those 5 or 10 seconds. And if you don't, here will be your life. Your life will be telling people, please sit down while I give you a presentation. I'm going to give you lots of facts, and at the end, you can make a decision. It's just not going to work. So relax, exhale. All we have to do is give people a chance to make a yes or no decision. If the answer is yes, we can tell them more about our business. That's it. So are you ready? Let's learn the words and how to talk to them. So I'm going to show you a little formula, and this formula follows how the mind works. We'll see if we have later on enough time to kind of explain the steps the mind goes through, but you don't need to know any of that if you just know this one little formula. So I'm going to show you how to meet new people that you don't know and close them. Get yes decisions instantly with no rejection. So are you ready? And all it does is learning some things we don't know yet. And we can learn, remember, it's just something we don't know yet. So let's go meet somebody brand new. Now, it doesn't matter if you met them on the internet or over the telephone, if you met them at your family reunion, if you met them while you're shopping. It doesn't matter where you meet. It always follows this formula, always. So, got a pencil and paper? You might want to write down our part of the conversation. So the first thing we're going to do is say hi, H-I. So if you say the word hi, H-I, you say, well, that's not going to take me long to memorize. I could probably memorize that right away. Yeah. Hi. That's all you have to do when you meet somebody is say hi. Now, some people say, I'm so nervous talking to people. I'm even afraid. And I said, here's what I'd like you to do. For 1 week, everybody you see, just say hi. That's it. Just say hi, and you're done. Well, what if they answer back? Run. Just run away. Run away. You'll be fine. Just say hi. And at the end of the week, you've said it so many times, it's almost a habit. And you've probably seen that there's only 3 or 4 reactions they can come up with. One is they'll say hi back. Most will. A couple might say, hmm. A couple people will pretend like they don't hear. And that's it. And all of a sudden, you're comfortable with meeting people because you are comfortable saying the word hi because you said it 100 times. And you know what? It's been pretty safe. So to help them overcome their fear, they have them have more confidence and good experience. I'm going to have them have a lot of good experiences by just saying hi. So how many people here so far have learned the word hi? And that's a pretty good start. And you say, well, all right, I can do hi. So I said, if you say the word hi, what do you think is going to happen next? Well, you're thinking the other person I'm talking to is going to say hi back. Correct. What percentage of the time? Well, just about 100%. So if we say hi, you can almost guarantee that the person we're talking to is going to say hi back. And you're not going to be surprised because you've seen it happen over and over again. And sometimes you're going to see somebody going like, what's the answer? Oh, yeah, hi. But most people are going to say hi back and they'll be safe. So we got the conversation started. Let's continue. Now, once they said hi, I'll give you a little secret, and this will make you a high level mind reader. Now, I'm going to ask you if you were talking to a high level mind reader, somebody who could read your mind, would you be impressed? I would be. So we're going to say, wow, you are a mind reader. I have a lot of confidence in you. Wow, I only could hope I'd be as good as you. Oh, you're a mind reader. Oh, I should listen to you. That'd be impressive, wouldn't it? So what you and I are going to do is become professional mind readers with a little mind reading trick. And it's so easy, but it will impress people and they will just want to hug us. So here is what we're going to do. Now, when we finally get to talk to people, when we do our part of the conversation, we're going to have to say two sentences. And these two sentences will literally read their mind. They will be so impressed. So, how are we going to read their mind? Well, we're going to use a mind reading trick. We're going to have them tell us what they're thinking first. Now, if they tell us what they are thinking first, all we have to do is remember that and repeat it back to them. It is so simple. And you say, well, don't they catch that? No, they never do. I've never seen somebody notice that. It's like watching the same magic trick over and over. It just happens, and we just say magic. So, everybody here, I want you to think. Could I do this mind reading trick if they told me the answer? Sure. Now, when we say our two sentences, these two sentences are going to close them because the purpose of business, the only reason we're in business is to solve problems for people, right? If people don't have a problem, if they're going to live forever, health products are going to be hard to sell. If they're going to be rich forever, well, it's going to be pretty hard to sell them business opportunities. But people have problems. So the only reason business gets to happen is to solve problems. That's the only reason there is a business. The only reason there's a restaurant is because people have a problem. They get hungry. The only reason there's a hotel is because people have a problem. They get sleepy. The only reason for business is to solve people's problems. So all we have to do is figure out their problem. We'll let them tell us what it is in our mind reading trick. And we'll repeat the problem to them and just ask them if they want to fix it. If they want to fix it, we are done. It's over. Too easy. So, do we want to talk to people with no problems? No, because we can't help them. We want to talk to people with problems. Now, where you live, I'm going to ask you, do people where you live have problems? Yeah, they have a ton of problems. They have problems with their health. They have problems with money. Wow, this is going to be easy. Because if you live someplace where everything's perfect, you're not in business, nothing you can do. But you want to be in a place where people have problems. So you say, well, everybody in my neighborhood is poor. Excellent, they have a problem. Well, everybody I know has relatives when they get old, they die, and they don't want to do that so quick. Great, they have a problem. Everybody I know would like to look better. Huh, they got a problem. We can fix that. So guess what? All we do is fix people's problems. All right. The purpose of business is to solve problems. We know where we want to go. We just have to find out what their problem is. And it is so easy because people have a program in their mind that goes like this. They are selfish. They don't care about us. The only thing they care about is themselves and their problems. That's all people do. They just think about themselves and their problems. They don't really care about us, and they care even less what we have to offer. You say, well, that's horrible. Well, maybe it's bad, but that's just how we're programmed as humans. We're programmed to be selfish, to worry about ourselves and our problems. So we say hi, they say hi. Now, one of their programs that they have inside them is they like to talk about interesting things, which is themselves and their problems. So people are programmed. They can't help it. As soon as they meet a stranger, the first thing they want to talk about is their problems. How hard it's been to get here, how much they suffer, how much pain they go through in life, how difficult things have been. They just want to talk about their problems. It's human nature. We are programmed this way. Some people are programmed like they're really big on this, some are smaller, but everybody wants to talk about themselves and their problems. But you say, when do I get a chance to talk? The answer is not now. They don't care about us and they don't care about what we have to offer. They care about themselves and their problems and just love dumping their problems on other people. You know this. You go to a party, you meet somebody, you say hi, and they say, "Let me tell you about my poor dog and this problem and how hard things have been." And we just thinking like, "Oh, wow, how negative is this?" But now we're thinking, "Yeah, bring on the problems because I can do my mind reading trick." So we say hi, they say hi. If we take a breath, which is what we're going to do if we're shy, they will take over the conversation and talk at us. 5,000 miles or 5,000 kilometers an hour. They're just going to talk at us with all their problems, how much they suffered, how hard things are. Mwah. And all we have to do is shut up. Now, if you're shy, this is pretty easy. Now, if you're one of these outgoing, talking, brave people, you want to talk, well, hmm, hmm, this is hard for you. But for every shy person watching here right now, you are so far ahead of all those brave talkers. They'll never catch up because we know the key. We say hi, the other person says hi, we take a breath, and the other person just starts talking to us about their problems, problems, problems. And all we're going to do is listen for the one or two problems we can solve. That's it. And when they finally take a breath, they're going to maybe take a sip out of their soda. Here's our chance to talk. And please write down these two sentences. The first sentence we're going to say is, "Do you have this problem?" Do you have this problem? Now, they are going to be so impressed. Oh, wait, you're not talking about yourself. You're talking about me. I love it when you talk about me. Oh, I love you, man. And you're talking about my problems. Oh, it's all about me and my problems. I love it, love it, love it. And they will think this: you are a mind reader. You read the problem in my mind. You are unbelievable. And you say, really? Is that what they think? And the answer is, yeah. So if you're shy, all we do is listen for their problem. When it's our chance to talk, we say, "Oh, so you have this problem, huh?" And they're going to say, "Oh, wow, yeah, oh, giant hugathon. We love you, man." Was that easy? And if you're a talker, well, I'm sorry. This is going to be hard for you because you want to talk about your stuff. They don't care about what we have to offer. They don't care. They only care about themselves and their problems. So when it's our chance to talk, we're going to pick one of the problems they gave us. So let me give you examples of how that first sentence might sound when we say, "Do you have this problem?" We might say, "So, you need more money, huh?" Or, "Oh, so the job doesn't pay very well, right?" And they're saying, "You are an incredible listener. Unbelievable. You're a mind reader. I love you. I love you." Or we would say, "So your stomach really hurts after you eat, huh? Hmm. So that rash really bothers you, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm itchy all the time. So you want to be more natural instead of all the chemicals out there, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my problem." We just repeat their problem back. Now, here's the situation. Remember about our confidence? Our confidence will go up when we have lots of successful experiences. And we're going to notice if we do this, nobody thinks badly of us. Nobody is worried about the salesman alarm. Nobody thinks we're being pushy. Everybody thinks we're talking about that. Everybody are glad we're talking about their problems. We will have nothing but great experiences when we say, when it's our turn to talk, so you have this problem, huh? When we say that, so you really feel tired every afternoon, right? So they're going to say, yes, yes, yes. So the first sentence is, do you have this problem? Hi, do you have this problem? Here's the second and last sentence. Do you want to fix it? Now, what are the two possible answers to do you want to fix it? Yes or no. Now, if the answer is no, they don't want to fix it, leave them alone. They're happy. We're not here to ruin somebody's happiness, but most people are going to say what? Yeah, I want to fix it. And they have made the only decision we're worried about, which is I have this problem and I want to fix it. Now, when they say I want to fix it, you and I know we have a solution, right? We can show them the opportunity if they need money. We can show them the products if they need better health or to look good. This is so easy. So we're not asking them to make a decision on our business. We're not asking them to make a decision on the opportunity. We're not asking them to make a decision on a 10,000 details. No, no, no. We're just asking them to make a decision in the first 10 seconds of, do you have this problem? Do you want to fix it? Now, does that sound easier? Because if they say, yes, I want to fix it, then they will say to all those decisions, you know, stay away. I want to hear some presentation here so I can understand how I'm going to fix my problem. It's okay. I can hold these off for a little bit. You know, just answer me a couple questions, or if I ask you to show me a video, show me a video. If I ask you to tell me about the background of the company, you'll do it. I'll tell all these things to wait. But for now, I've made a yes decision. I want to fix my problem, and you got a solution. How cool is that? So once we know the secret that people make decisions first, oh wow, this is so easy. And then we're just going to ask them if they want to fix the problem. Now, I use some words that in English sound very nice. And the words are, would it be okay if? Now, if you translate to another language, you're going to have to think of something that sounds similar. But when we say, would it be okay if, these words in English cause people to say, I want to say yes. It's going to be so hard for me to say no. I just want to say yes because you said it so nicely, like, would it be okay if? So I like to ask them if they want to fix it by saying, so would it be okay if you fixed it? Or would it be okay if we did this? Or would it be okay if? And they will almost always say yes. So that's how we get the final yes decision in the first 10 seconds. It doesn't take a lot of skill because they tell us the answers. They tell us their problem. And after that, we just look like a mind reader. So let me give you some examples. So if we listen for their problem, because we're not talking about our stuff, and then we know their problem, when we get a chance to talk, we say, so you have this stomach acid all day long. It must really hurt. Is that right? Yeah. Well, would it be okay if you tried some natural juice to see if it would help? Natural? Help? Hmm. Yeah, we're done. Let me give you the next words. You might say then, well, let's fix that now, or let me show you something now. But the decision has been made before we started, which means there's no sales presentation. They've already made a yes decision. Now it's just an explanation. They go, wow. So let's try this. They say, well, blah, 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 blah. I just don't have any energy. So now it's our turn to talk. So You find yourself tired in the afternoon a lot, huh? Yeah, I'm tired every afternoon. Well, would it be okay if you had a something natural that would help? Sure. Just like that, it's done. So, blah blah blah, and they talk about their problems. So, the job just doesn't pay enough with everything going up in price every month, right? Yeah. Would it be okay if you had a little part-time income to help? Yeah, done. Blah blah blah, and I hate my job, and it takes so long to get to work. Well, so you hate spending an hour just getting to your job every day, right? Oh yeah. Well, let me ask you, would it be okay if you could work out of your home instead? That would be great. Tell me more. Not much to this. And you say, this is the easiest thing in the world. So, for everyone here on this call, if you're brand new, you can start great conversations by saying hi and shut up. They will say hi and talk. We're going to listen while they're talking for any problem. And when they're done talking, we're going to say, so do you have this problem? They're going to say, yeah. Hmm. And then we're going to say, do you want to fix it? Or would it be okay if you fixed it? And they can make that yes or no decision. So I know when we started, you say, I absolutely can't possibly believe that people make decisions in less than 10 seconds, but now we know it is true. And the reality is, it's probably less than 5 seconds, and we can control it. So if this is the only thing that you ever learned in network marketing, this one first little secret, it would change your life forever. Because now you've already figured out all you and I have to do is go around in life, ask anybody, anywhere, do you have a problem? And do you want to fix it? They say, well, what if I don't know their problem? Well, then you guess. But chances are they'll want to talk first and complain and they'll tell you. Now, I like it when they tell me first because that means I can guess with 100% accuracy. But sometimes you just know. You can look at their job and say, I know that job doesn't pay them much, so I could probably guess their problem. But guess what? The ones that are listeners, the shy people will listen to us, they'll believe us. When we talk, they listen because we don't talk that much. For us, this is so easy. So, tattoo on two wrists. Do you have a problem? Do you want to fix it? Do you have a problem? Do you want to fix it? And if you can't think of what to say, just slap your forehead and read. That's all it takes. This right away should be able to take you well up past manager, probably even the eagle, just doing this one thing with no other skills. You could be an eagle manager just by just asking these two questions over and over and over again and take the volunteers because most people will volunteer. They want to fix their problems. Two questions, what we didn't know, and I'm asking you to start believing that people make decisions quickly. It took me 6 months before I actually believed it. I hope you can do it like quicker than I did. It's how the human mind works. So know their problem by guessing it, or if you're smart, be shy and listen. They will tell us. And then just ask them if they want to fix the problem, and that's all you need to do. And then you say, what's next? Then what's next? Well, at the end, we're going to say, after they say, yeah, I want to fix it. Well, we can say, well, let's fix that now, or let's go online and I'll show you what you should order, or try this on your hand if you're next to them. Just tell them next. They say, what about the opportunity? They say, well, that sounds good. So how does this all work? Well, you say, well, where do I start? This opportunity, this presentation that's really, really big. Uh, Maybe I'll be telling them a whole bunch of stuff they don't want to know and waste their time, and then they'll be bored. Well, we don't want to do that. So let's be polite. If they say, well, tell me more about this opportunity, or what's this business thing? Got your pencil ready? I'm going to give you 21 magic words to say. And before you get upset or panicked, it's really 7 words 3 times. So once they say, "Oh, tell me more," this is where the presentation comes in. Now, before we did the sales presentation, they would sit back like this, and then we'd have to talk to them and convince them, and that was just ugly. Now it's not a sales presentation anymore. Now it is almost like their first training session because they want to be in business, or explanation of the product they may need. So we're not doing any more sales presentations. So if you have a sales presentation, scratch that out and rename it their first training session or first explanation or answers to the most common questions. And this means when we're doing the presentation, they're sitting on our side of the table. We're not opposing and fighting each other, just sitting back where we are going, "Oh, okay, I got it, I got it, I got it." Oh, wow. So here's the 21 words we need to know. The first 7 words are, what would you like to know first? What would you like to know first? Now, if we say, what would you like to know first? Why do we do that? Well, so we don't tell them all about the company background because that might not be interesting to them. And we don't want to tell them all about the compensation plan details. That may not be interesting to this person. So how do we know what's going to be interesting to them? We ask them. And we just ask them, what would you like to know first? Well, it's a no-brainer. And they're going to say, wow, thank you. I'm in control. You're not going to do some stupid monologue. You're not going to talk at me for 45 minutes and force stuff down my throat. You just ask me what I want to know. And they will tell us. And guess what? They'll have a question and we will answer the question as best we can, as truthful as we can. So what's the name of the company? You might say Forever Living Products. Done. Here's the wrong answer. What's the name of your company? Forever Living Products. It started in the 1980s. For X amount. That's the wrong answer. They didn't ask for all the background, just the answer. They say, wow, that's polite, because then they get the chance to talk more. Correct. They like talking. That makes them like us. So as soon as we answer the question, we're going to say the next 7 words. Ready to write them down? What would you like to know next? And they'll tell us what they want to know next. We don't have to guess at anything. Now, we will keep asking, what would you like to know next, forever and ever and ever, until they run out of questions. And now, some people, like an engineer and accountant, is going to ask for a lot of questions. Like, do you have a video? Yeah. Can I see it now? Yeah. What would you like to know next? Well, do you have the compensation plan? Yeah. Can I look at the percentages now? Yeah. Could you explain each one now? Yeah. So some people want to have a ton of information. Other people want no information. The blue personalities, the people just make quick decisions, want to move on, active, like Kim. He doesn't want to have all the details. He says, so Kim, what do you want to know next? Let's get started. Let's go talk to some people, right? So some people want a little tiny bit like Kim, and some people might want a whole lot like I would. And we're just going to use our professional judgment, which is called being polite, good manners. And guess what? We'll tell them, what would you like to know next? So let me give you the most common questions you're going to be asked. So if you're brand new here, you'll see that you don't have to know much to do a presentation. So they say, oh, well, that sounds good, but I need to know more. Okay, what would you like to know first? Well, I see you have aloe vera on your shirt. Do you guys sell aloe vera? Yes. What would you like to know next? Well, I see aloe vera in the store. Are you more expensive than the aloe vera I can buy in the grocery store? Yes. What would you like to know next? Well, why are you more expensive? Well, the company wanted to make a cheaper version of aloe vera, really cheap for people, but then it wouldn't work. And then they'd just be ripping people off and they'd be losing their money because they wouldn't get the real benefits of aloe vera, like, when they water it down in the store. So they just didn't want to rip you off. That's why. Oh, well, you say I can make some money in this business. Yeah. So, what would you like to know next? Well, how does the money part work? Okay. Um, you're going to use the products, and you're going to love them, and you're going to feel great. And all we ask is that you don't be a jerk, don't be a mean person, don't keep it a secret. Let your friends know how much you like the products. That's it. And if they want to get some, great. If don't, no problem. But don't keep it. Don't be a jerk. Don't keep it secret from your friends. Just let them know. And if they want to ask about your products, great. You can help them get some. And then the company sends you money for letting other people know. That's kind of how it works. So, what would you like to know next? Well, how does the compensation plan work? Well, if you have a whole lot of people using the products, you're going to make a whole lot of money like Kim. If you only have a few people using the products, you're going to make less money. That's kind of how it works. So, what would you like to know next? Well, are the products any good? Yeah, they're great. People love them. So, what would you like to know next? Is this one of these illegal pyramids? No. So, what would you like to know next? Well, is it a good company? Yeah, it's a great company. They do like $3 billion worth of products. People love them. So, what would you like to know next? Do you think I can be successful in this business? Yeah. I mean, we'll have to learn new things that we don't know now, but yeah, I mean, you learn how to use your cell phone, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, you can be successful if you want to. Sure. What would you like to know next? Man, I can't think of anything else. Okay. And now it's time for our last 7 words. Ready with your pen? When they finally run out of questions, Kim runs out of questions like instantly. Me, I'm going to ask questions for a while. But when they finally run out of questions, you're going to say these 7 words. So, what would you like to do next? Yeah, what would you like to do next? And then people will tell us what they'd like to do. So, when they run out of questions, say, so what would you like to do next? So, here's some possible things. So I said, all right, so all your questions answered. Okay, so what would you like to do next? And they might say, well, I guess I'd like to get started. That was easy, wasn't it? Or we say, so what would you like to do next? Well, I'd like to join on Friday. I get paid on Friday. Does that work? Yeah. Or maybe at the end we say, so that answers all your questions. Well, what do you want to do next? And they say, well, I want to think it over. So we say, great, great, great. Think it over. Take all the time you want. When should I get back to you? And I said, well, I want to think it over till the holidays. Oh, which holidays? Christmas 2025. Okay. Do I call you or you call me? You can call me Christmas 2020. Okay, I'll put it on my calendar. Or we say, so what would you like to do next? And they say, oh, I'm a professional loser. Nothing good ever happens to me. Everything I touch goes bad. I just want to fall on a sword. Would you hold the sword for me so I could fall on it? Okay, I'll do that. Just kidding, of course. So here's the point. We just ask them what they want to do next. Nothing more complicated than that. No rejection. It's their life. They have an option of fixing their problem or not. So here's how we talk to people. Hi. They say hi. They start talking and dump all their negativity on us. And if we're a listener, oh, this is so easy. When it's our chance to talk, we take one of the problems they talked about and do a mind reading trick. We say, hey, do you have this problem? And they're going to say, yeah. And then we're going to say, do you want to fix the problem? Yes or no? And the decision's made. You and I are only going to talk to people that make yes decisions. We're only going to give presentations to people who have already said yes. This is the easiest thing in the world. And they say, well, what do we do next? We say, well, let's get you some juice now. Or let's get you this product now. Or let's get you started our business. But I don't know anything about your business. Well, of course you don't. That's why we have training. You'll know nothing at all when we start, and then you'll know a lot when we finish. Well, I don't know how to do it. Well, of course you don't know how to do it. You didn't know how to use a smartphone 15 years ago. They hadn't even existed, but you can learn. I can guarantee you can learn our business. And I can guarantee you probably don't know how to do it right now, but you can learn. Trust me, you can learn. Even I learned. So they say, well, I have some questions. You say, well, ask them away. What question would you like to know first? What question would you like to know next? Till they run out of questions. They can't think of anything. And most people run out of questions at 3 or 4 anyway. Then they say, so what would you like to do next? And they say, well, that's not high pressure. I get a choice. I have an option of what I want to do next. This is great. I can keep my life the same. I can keep my miserable life if I want. Or I could take this new option you gave me and make my life better. What do I want to do? Keep my miserable life? No, that's why I said I wanted to fix the problem. I already made the decision. So let's get on with it. And this is how we talk to people. So it's not any more complicated than that. You don't have to have a million answers. You don't even have to know how the molecule of aloe vera rotates 90 degrees. None of this. This is an easy way of talking to people with no rejection. I hate rejection. Now, there's 2 things you can do. I mean, if you're afraid of rejection, you could just be brave, go out and get more rejection, but that's kind of a crummy thing to do. Or you could learn how to talk to people with no rejection. So even if you're shy, like I am, scared of my shadow, I can still talk to anybody. And it's always a pleasant conversation because we're talking about them and their problems. They absolutely love it. Now, we're going to take a little 10-minute break here for a moment so you guys can get replenish yourself with some snacks and stuff. But during the break, I'd like you to be thinking of some questions. So what we would like to do when we come back is answer your most important questions. And so you'll be able to just type them in the chat here. And just don't type them too fast so I can keep up. But let's take a look at the biggest problems or objections we have. But I will guarantee you that almost every problem you're having right now is being caused by something we don't know. And a lot of the problems are being caused by we didn't know that presentations are not needed for decisions. And we've been pushing this presentation on them because we thought presentations are necessary for decisions, and they're not. We've been causing most of our problems by trying to get presentations with people. We don't have to do that. Most of our problems will automatically go away with our new knowledge of something we didn't know. Now, are there more things in this business we don't know? Oh, yeah. But each one will make it easier. And the only reason we're not where we want to be right now is super duper diamond manager forever is there's a bunch of stuff we don't know yet, but we're learning it now. And learning this is the big one. This is the biggest thing. This is like 50% there already. When you solve this problem of not trying to sell people with presentations, and we understand that they make up their minds in 10 seconds, even though we don't like it, and I don't like it either. But once we understand that, ka-ching, 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 it is going to be so much easier. So for right now, let's take a quick 10-minute break, and I'm going to try to copy and paste all these questions that are coming in like way too fast for me and try to answer as many as we can when we come back in 10 minutes. So quick 10-minute break. Okay, let's get started again. Got a bunch of questions, and we'll start with some of the most recent ones here. Now, in our business, I want you to ask yourself, is it a requirement that any one particular person joins your business? Here's what I mean. Does Forever Living Products say if you cannot get your brother-in-law to join your business, you will fail and you'll never get a check? You have to get a brother-in-law to. No, they don't say that. So we have 7.8 billion people in the world. So if one does not want to join our business, we can still be successful if that one person doesn't join. Is that true? And the answer is, yeah, that's true. So what we have to do is say we have to have some people join so we can grow as to become a manager, eagle manager, etc. But who those people are, it really doesn't matter. It's up to them. We're going to pick the people that want to join instead of trying to get people to join that don't want to join. That would be rude. That would just be evil. That would be really not good at all. So don't worry about if any one particular person doesn't want to join. For example, let me give you some reasons why people may not join. Number one, they just don't care about their health. You say, what do you mean? I said, well, some people smoke, they drink, they overeat, they don't take care of themselves, they never exercise and don't want to. They really don't want to. And they're happy. Our job is not to make people unhappy. Our job is not to tell other people what you need to do. That's, we're not in charge of their life. They are. So one reason is they may not care. Or another reason is they say, well, I just don't believe that I could ever be successful. Or I think you'd have to be a salesman. Or nothing good ever happens to me. Or maybe at the moment we talk to them, 30 minutes earlier, they had a fight with their spouse. Or learned something bad happened. Or got fired from work. We don't know. When we meet a person, we don't know what happened to that person before we talk to them. We don't even know if their mother dropped them on their head. So when you and I meet a person, a stranger, we have no idea what's happened in their past, and we are not responsible for their past. We're not. So when we talk to them, if it's not their time, that is okay. We're not responsible for their past. We're not responsible to say, my job is to put them on a psychologist's sofa and talk to them and hope they overcome their bad feelings toward their. No, that's not our job. Our job is to get yes decisions from people. That's it. So if we meet somebody, it's a bad time for them. It does happen. Or if it's just not for them, that's the way it is. We understand. So let's take a look at some folks. One of the questions here is, I'm talking to somebody and they said, networking is not my thing. Well, you and I know that everybody networks every day. Everybody does this. But for some reason, they're not having a good day, or they just don't believe that they could ever do it, or it's okay. If they have a problem, they have a problem. It's not our responsibility to fix all their problems. Nobody said our job in network marketing is to help all the people with problems who don't want to fix their problems to feel better about themselves. No, our job is to collect yes decisions. So if somebody says, I just don't want to do it, it is okay. because all we need is what, 20 or 50 people in our group working, and we have a full time income already. And it doesn't say which person has to be one of those folks. Any, 20 or 50 people working, we're going to have a very nice income. So don't worry too much about it. Here's a question. This person says, my team is breaking, which means I've had some people join and probably quit. I believe that's what they mean. And so, why do people join and then quit? Very good reason for it. They say, I have a problem, I don't have enough money. And I have made an instant decision, I want to fix that, so I'm going to join so I will have money. Now, they join the business. But do they learn how to do the business? Do they learn a new set of skills? No. Do they go out and try to give people presentations? Yeah. Do they talk to people the wrong way? Maybe. All right. So the reason the team is breaking is somebody joined, they wanted to make money, and they did not make money because they did the wrong thing. So let me see, what can we do? Maybe we could start learning the right thing for ourselves and then we could teach them the right thing, right? Well, here's the first thing we have to learn. Decisions come first. Talk to people with no rejection by simply being polite. And if they did that, then they would start having some success. And wait a minute, if they have success, they're not going to quit. So the reason they quit is they're not having success. And they're not having success is because they're doing the wrong things. They're doing things like I did when I first started, which is give people lots of presentations and try to sell people and look for special people. I just did not know. But we can fix that by doing what? Teaching them the right things to say. So you're probably, I believe there's going to be a recording of this, so you can watch the first half over and over again of learning how to talk to people correctly. Next question was about part-time students. Oh, wow. They say, well, I want to get this part-time student to do it. Well, if they don't want to do it because they're busy studying, let's be nice. Let's be respectful. But, you know, students don't study 100% of the time. I bet we can remember when we were a student, we still did other things. So you can tell part-time students many things. Here's a fun icebreaker. You could say, here's the first question about the problem, because we know one of their problems. We don't even have to ask. We could say, when you finish studying in school, are you excited about working 45 years like your parents? And they're going to say, no, that's going to be a problem. And then what's our next line? Would it be okay if I showed you a way where you wouldn't have to work 45 years like your parents? And they can make a yes or no decision. That was easy, wasn't it? So we know that part-time students are going to have problems like when they graduate, it's going to be hard to get a good job or a high-paying job because they're just brand new. Nobody wants to give them a big paying responsible job when they're brand new. So it's going to be hard. And they could be maybe earning some money on the side, getting some experience. Or what if they did well and made enough money they wouldn't even have to look for a job? So we could talk to them about that, sure. But don't try to sell them into the business. Talk to them. You have this problem. Do you want to fix it? If they do, then have a discussion. The problem is we try to push a discussion on them before they said they wanted to fix a problem. Next question. People said, how can you have a conversation with a person from another country? Same way you would have a conversation with somebody in your country, by phone or Facebook Messenger. Be the same. Now, if you have language problems, well, that I would understand, but no, it'll be the same. Just because they live in another country doesn't mean that they have unlimited health and going to live forever. It doesn't mean because they live in another country that they are rich and don't need more money. Just because they're in another country doesn't mean that they hate their job or their boss, They may or may not. So having a conversation with people is easy. We think conversation is what we say. No, 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 no. Conversation is what they say. So all we have to do is let them talk. If they don't talk, well, maybe we can ask them a question and then they'll start talking more. So remember, conversation is not what we say, it's what they say, and we just listen for the problem. Really easy. Next question. I talked to this person and he says he's researched it and he went everywhere on the internet and he thinks it's a pyramid. What do I do? Hmm. I would say leave that person alone. They have already made up their mind no. No matter what it is, it's going to be no. They've made a no decision. And that's okay. This person does not have to be on our team. And so, why would we spend our time trying to make them change their mind? Even, we say, well, you're wrong. And maybe they are wrong. Yeah. So, they shouldn't be saying this, but it's not our job to change their minds. If they have worked really hard for days researching and copying down all these things to prove that it's a pyramid, all right, leave them alone. They're one person. There's only 7,700,999,999 people to go. So leave them alone. That's fine. They don't have to be one of those people. We don't have time to take a month out of our career to argue with people like this. We don't have time. Leave them where they are. It's fine. They're happy doing that. But we need to move on and build our career. All right. Next one is in India, no one replies if you say hi. I don't know what part of India you live in. I've been to India many times and I've said hi and I'm sure there's a lot of times people did not say anything and just walked away. Maybe they thought, well, I don't know, maybe this person's crazy because they said hi, but a lot of people said hi. Now, if they, well, what if I say hi and nobody replies? Well, don't talk to them. The reason they didn't reply is they didn't want to. Maybe they're they're in a rush to get somewhere. They can't stop and talk. Or maybe they're just scared of us. Or maybe their parents says, don't you ever talk to a stranger. That's what my parents said. My parents said, don't talk to strangers. So I had to learn that maybe that's not true all the time. So we learn as we go. But I'm sure in India, if you say hi, you're going to have a lot of people reply hi. And if it really bothers you, well, then get on Facebook or someplace like that or WhatsApp and say hi to people that live outside of India. But I've met a lot of people from India and they do say hi and they do enjoy having conversations and they do like talking about their problems, just like everybody. Next question. Can you apply this formula to a group? No, not really. If you're not going to be talking to a group on social media, you're going to be talking one on one. But if you're going to talk to a whole group of people, it's kind of hard to say, please, you all talk at the same time and tell me your problems. That would be a headache. I don't think I can handle that. So to talk in front of a group, you're going to need a different set of skills. And what I'm saying is, you may not have these right away, which is all right, because there's a lot of stuff we don't know yet, but it's something we can learn. But here is the general idea when you are forced to talk to a group. The skills you will learn to do is number one, get everybody in the audience agreeing with you, and then deliver your message. Because unless they are comfortable with you, unless they believe you, why deliver a message that they won't believe will just bounce off their forehead and tinkle to the floor? So if you're talking to a larger group, the first rule is get them to trust you and believe you first. And you can do that by telling them just a few facts that they believe and we believe. And when you do that, they say, you and I think the same, I can trust you. So let me just give you an example. If I was talking to a group about health, I would start off by saying things like, we all want to live longer. And they would say, yeah, we all do want to live longer. Yeah, you and I think the same. And we like to feel younger and have more energy too. Oh, that's right. I would like to feel like I'm 16 years old, jump out of bed and be full of energy. And then maybe I could start delivering my message because they say, you and I think the same. So to a group, it's a little bit different. But in the beginning, we're not talking to groups normally. We're just talking one on one. So, yeah, use this formula. Next one is how to get people to join social media. Hmm. I don't think that's our job. Our job is not to get people to drive a certain car, and our job is not to get people to wear a certain type of clothes or join social media. No, 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 no. That's their job. Yeah, that's it. But if you're saying I can only talk to people on social media, why? Why make that a restriction? If you're talking to somebody now, don't say, please join social media so I can talk. Just talk to them. If you talk to somebody on the phone, talk to them over the phone. If you talk to them at the store, talk to them at the store. There's no requirement people join social media. As a matter of fact, social media is just one place to talk to people. Back in 1977, 1978, when the company started, there was no social media, and they talked to people and they built a business and it grew. Social media is not necessary. It's just one more convenient thing or one more convenient place where we can talk to people, but it's totally not necessary at all. When Kim started in 1996, 97, there was no social media. So don't worry about it. You can build a fortune without social media. So if people join social media or not, that's up to them. We can talk to them anyway. All right. Next question. How do you get people into conversation? I think we answered that. Say hi. And if they don't say hi back, that means I don't want to talk to you now. I got other things to do. My mind is filled up. I have under a lot of stress. Uh, that's okay. Yeah, we don't want to talk to them now. Let's be polite. Let's talk to somebody that maybe has more time. Okay. Person says, I ran an advertisement and nobody replied. Okay. So here's two things. Number one, uh, if your ad is written where nobody wanted to reply, change the ad so people want to reply. Or number two, don't use advertising. There's other ways to talk to people. You don't have to advertise to talk to people. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to advertise to find people. Just look out the window. You'll see people. So if you advertise and nobody answers, stop advertising. Or if you decide to advertise more, learn the skills of advertising. But you don't have to learn those skills now when you first start. That's something you can learn later. But and the reason is we want to learn these skills is even if you do advertise, you will have to talk to somebody. So the first skill to learn is how to talk to them. Okay. Next question. Startup cost. Well, if they ask how much does it cost to get started? Well, I think we should answer them. I mean, how long can you keep it a secret? So, how much does it cost to get started? Now, I think, and don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert, I'm not a distributor, but I think your startup cost is like zero or really low. So, you tell them how much it costs, little or next to nothing, and then they can buy as much product or as little product as they want. So, let's say it was zero where you lived. I don't know. Say, how much it costs to get started? Nothing. Won't cost you any money. It's going to cost you some effort, though. Yeah, yeah. And then you buy as much product or as little product as you want. Got it. Well, I don't want to buy any product. Great. Your store is going to look awesome. People are going to come to your store with empty shelves. No, that's just a joke. But you tell them. And then they say, well, what product should I get or how many products should I start up with? And then you can say these words, and these words are really cool. You can say, most people start with this pack and tell them what's inside the pack. Most people, and those are the key words, most people start with this pack. Now, when you say most people, you know what most people do? Most people make an instant yes decision. Yes, I want to do what most people do before you got to word number 3 in that sentence. So when you say most people will say yes in their mind before you've even finished the sentence. So when they say how much it costs to get started, tell them how much it costs, but say most people start with this. And they can make up their minds if they want to start with that or not. It's their decision, their business. And we don't know their circumstances. We don't know what happened to them. Maybe they had a terrible negative experience before. We don't know. But we can tell them what most people do. And then it's up to them. Okay, here's the next question. Someone did all the work in a good way and wasn't successful. It didn't work for them. And says only the top people make money. And that's why I don't want to join your business. Well, let's review. So somebody did all the work in a good way and was not successful. Well, wait a minute. If you did the work in a good way, ask people if they had a problem first, and then do you want to fix it? And didn't give them some silly presentation that made them feel like, salesman picking on them or something. Well, they would have been successful. So I think what happened is somebody did all the work. They thought they were doing the right thing, but they didn't do it the right way, and so it didn't work. And so they quit. That's logical. And then they're going to say only the top people make money. And the answer is yeah, because only the top people maybe are doing it the right way, being polite to people, checking if they have a problem, answering people's questions. That's what we do. And we say, okay. So if somebody did the work in a good way and wasn't successful, the answer is they didn't do the work in a good way. They thought it was good. They thought, all I need to do is talk to people. No, no, no. We can talk to people and push people away, make it awful. And that happens all the time. That's not a good way. So we think all we have to do is talk to people. No, we have to talk to people in a good way, saying the right things, asking the right questions, letting them talk. And then, of course, we'll be successful because they want to fix their problems. So the question is, somebody did all the work in a good way and was not successful. Well, they didn't do it in a good way. And then they say, so the business doesn't work. Well, of course it doesn't work if we just go talk to people. We have to learn how to talk to people. And then they say only the top people make money because the top people do it the correct way. They ask people, do you have this problem? They get a decision. Do you want to fix it? Yes or no? And then the top people only talk to people who say, yes, I want to fix it. And then they say, what would you like to know first? What would you like to know next? And it's just very easy. Next question was, I try to follow up people and they don't want to talk to me. Well, that's pretty easy. The reason people don't call us back or message us back is because they don't want to talk to us. That's why they don't message us back. So ask yourself, what did I say when I did talk to them that got them to say, man, if I can get out of this conversation, I'll never message you back again? Well, maybe we were pushy. Maybe we tried to sell them. Oh, that probably didn't go over very good. So when you're following up people, they'll all want to talk to you if we talk to them in a nice way. But really, how much follow-up do we have to do? Now, we will have to follow up when we talk to them wrong, but if we talk to them right, we don't have to follow up. Let me explain why. There's a word in English called option, O-P-T-I-O-N. Let me explain option. Option means it's okay to do this or it's okay to do this. You have an option. You can pick whatever seems best. So I like to tell people, I don't want to give you a presentation because that sounds like a salesman comment. I like to give you another option. And that's all we do. All you and I do is give people one more option in their life. They can keep the one option, which is keep their life exactly like it is. And the other option is what we offer them that might make their life better. So all you and I do is offer people one more option in their life. That's it. No sales presentation, no selling, just give people another option. Now, here's what's magical about this. If we truly believe that our job is to get rid of all of people's negativities and bad thoughts and illogical, messed up things that happen to us, if we can just move that out of the way, deliver our option inside of their head. That's it. Just deliver our option inside their head. And then they can decide, will this option serve me or not? If we truly believe that, that shows up all over our face in our microfacial expressions. They don't understand this, but they look at our face and they make a judgment based upon our microfacial expressions. And our microfacial expressions show them what our real intention is. That's why when you look at somebody, you just know they're a salesman because of their microfacial expressions. So if we can just think in our mind, I just want to give these people a good option, they will listen with a more open mind. And your experience with people will be they won't not reply. They'll be more open. They'll like it. So they read our facial expressions. We don't know this when we start. It's one of the things we learn. So we only give people an option. That's it. Now, if you have that in the back of your mind that I only give people an option, when you talk, that just comes through naturally. Now, my son Keith, he has a story about options. And this also explains follow-up too. So here's the story he tells people. You and I sit down for a cup of coffee. The waitress comes out and says, do you want cream with your coffee? And I say, oh, you say, yeah, I want some cream with my coffee. She turns to me, do you want cream with your coffee? And I say, no. You don't see that waiter or waitress go back into the kitchen, take that cream, slam it against the wall and yell, it's a pyramid. I've been rejected. I quit. No, no, no. She knows it was only an option. And that's all you and I do is give people an option. So if you've been out selling, doing it the wrong way, you probably got a lot of rejection. A lot of people said no. But if you offer it as an option, you don't care if they say yes or no. If somebody says it's a pyramid, I can prove it's a pyramid, you say, it's fine. It's okay. I won't bother you anymore. You're not going to be one of my 20 or 50 people on my team that I need to really make some big money. It's okay. It's okay. If we offer it as an option, something magical happens. People respond to us really well, really differently. And they're positive, they're open-minded, and we have good conversation. Now, if we give it to them as an option, and we're pretty clear how this works, we don't really have to follow up, do we? Does that waiter or waitress have to call me tomorrow and say, hey, I still have cream. Do you want cream now? I says, no, I don't want cream with my coffee. Does she have to follow up again the next day? Hey, have you thought it over? Do you think cream would be good now? No. I know that person has cream, so if I ever want cream in my coffee, I can go there. If we explain what we do clearly, which is, do you have a problem? I can fix it. We really don't have to follow up, do we? They know already. And so that relieves us. That's going to save us a ton of time. We don't have to follow up with the people. But usually what happens is follow-up is, the reason it happens is we're trying to sell them something. Remember how we used to do the business, try to give them presentations and sell them? And they didn't know how to say no. They were afraid we're going to argue with them. So the only thing they could think of is, let me think it over, let me get out of here, run. And what they wanted to do was tell us no. They wanted to tell us, the way you showed it to me, man, I can't see myself doing that. I don't think I can give that kind of presentation to my friends. My aunt would laugh at me if I did all this and showed that to her. And I don't want to be a salesman. I just wouldn't even feel good about that. So when they see us do that, they want to say no, but they're afraid we'll argue with them. So they say, well, I'll get back to you. Follow up with me later. And they do that to make us feel good because they're kind people. They don't want to hurt our feelings by saying, that's a stupid way to talk to people. I don't want to be sold to. You're an idiot. I don't like it. People don't do that. They're polite. So not to hurt our feelings, they say, well, let me think it over. I'll get back to you. That really means no. What that means is right now, my decision is to keep my life the same because I don't want to do what you offered. Now, if we present fairly what we have to offer, that's all we need to do. Unfortunately, for most of us when we start, we didn't offer something very clearly to people. We didn't. And so we will have to go back to the people that we tried to sell because we did a really bad job. And people say, what about all the people who told me no? Well, they said no, but here's what I learned. They did not say no to us. They did not say no to our products. They did not even say no to our opportunity. The only thing they said no to was how we presented it. We presented as some sort of sales pitch and presentation, and the company does this, and these products are so great. They said no to that. So we can go back to everybody who told us no and follow up with these people because we did not give them a fair chance. We can go back to them and talk to them again by just presenting it differently. Now, when I started, I went for 1 year and 10 months. Everybody I talked to said no. Everybody. Now, I know that uh, some of these people are probably good prospects, but they said no because they said no to what I presented to them. All we have to do, if we want to go back to all the people who told us no, is go back and present it nicely. Ask them if they have a problem and do you want to fix it? So if you feel discouraged because all your friends and relatives said no, well, they probably said no to how we presented it. They didn't say no to more money. They didn't say no to more health. They just said no to how we presented the business. Okay, next question. What to do if they don't answer hi? If they don't answer hi, leave them alone. That means they just don't want to talk to us right now. Let's be polite people. And that'll happen, sure. Some people just cannot talk at this very moment because they got to get home. They have a babysitter or they're late for work. Well, we understand. Uh, we might even just look like their ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and they just have all kind of bad vibes in their mind. That's okay. We just say that person doesn't have to be one of our 20 or 50 that we get started to start making big money. Startup cost. Here's one. How much money do you make? Whoa, okay. If we're brand new, we are afraid of this question. They say, well, how much money have you made so far? Huh? Now, if you're brand new, we have two choices here. We can lie. It's not a good choice, is it? Or we could tell them the truth. Probably sounds better. So let's just tell them the truth. So if I'm brand new here, I've been doing it for a month or 2 months or 3 months, haven't made any money. Let's try this. They say, so Big Al, you've been in 3 months already. How much money have you made so far? And I would say this, nothing, because that'd be the truth. It's a business. I'm learning how to do this business. I don't even expect to make money till maybe 6 months from now. It's not a job, it's a business. But 6 months from now, it's going to really start adding up. I'm going to save up a bunch of money, my first paychecks for the first 6 months, and I'm going to take a trip to Bali. All I really want to know is this. Do you want to get started with me now so we could both be earning checks and we can go to Bali together? Or do you want to give me your address so when I get to Bali, I can send you a postcard from Bali? And now they have a choice. All right, so you don't earn money right away like a job. It's a business. Oh, okay, I guess that's how business works. And it's going to take 6 months. Well, yeah, okay. And you'd like to work with me, and we could both go to Bali together, maybe. Or should I give you my address so I can stay home and work when you send me a postcard from your holiday in Bali? And now they have a choice. That's all. So if they ask how much money we make, there's lots of answers. Here's another one you could use. You could say, I don't know. I haven't finished collecting it all yet. I don't know. I haven't finished collecting it all yet. Because remember, we do something one time in this business, we could get paid a long, long time. So imagine this. You get started and you sponsor Kim Matson. Whoa! But Kim is busy right now. He's got some family situation to take care of and he's moving and he doesn't do anything for 5 or 6 months. But you sponsored him, right? So how much money did you make from sponsoring Kim? Well, now every month you're making 10,000 euros every month because you sponsored Kim because he has a huge organization. You're making big money and you're making that every month. So you don't know. You haven't finished collecting it all yet. So you don't know. Maybe somebody you talked to your very first day who didn't join the first day, maybe will join 6 months from now, and that person might earn you an extra 100 euros every month for the rest of your life. So you really don't know. You really don't know how much money you made your first month ever. Because you can have this happen. You could talk to a friend who told you no, who talked to a neighbor, and 6 months later they're at a class reunion and they tell somebody at their class reunion, that person joins and starts making you money every month. You just don't know. And this is why I like network marketing. You could do something today and it doesn't seem like it paid off, but you don't know. A year from two or now, it pays off. And the worst nightmare for everybody here on this call is to quit. What if you sponsored somebody today and nobody joined? But 2 years from now, somebody says, I think my time is right. Let me join. But you weren't around. And that person could have earned you 100 euros every month for the rest of your life. Wouldn't that be a terrible nightmare that you're missing out on that money every month for the rest of your life because you quit? So please don't quit. Let me give you an example. This is many years ago, about 20 years ago. I did a meeting in Dallas, Texas. And there's a young man who was about 19 or 20 at the time. He was at the meeting and he did not join. He says, I can't see myself doing it. It's not for me. I'm just leaving school. And okay, I understand. And he gave me a ride to the airport because I needed to fly out. 3 years later, I get a phone call from this young man. He says, hi, remember me? I gave you to a ride in the airport. And I said, yeah, in that Volkswagen Beetle, because it was easy to remember. And he says, yeah, that was me in the Volkswagen Beetle. And he says, I'm ready to join now. And I go, what? He says, yeah, I'm ready to join. He says, in the last 3 years, I got married. I have a child. I was a missionary in the Philippines. I moved back to the United States. I'm working on this construction job. And I know there's no future on the construction job, but I think, things are not looking good. They might, get rid of a bunch of us workers pretty soon. I'll be one of the first to go, and now's my time. 3 years later, never heard from that young man. So that's what could happen to you. You don't know. So please, no matter what you do, even if you're just a little bit active, stay active because you don't know that somebody you talk to 3 years later may join. So the answer is, how much money did you make? Well, you just don't know. You just haven't finished collecting it all yet. All right, here's the next question. Follow-up too expensive. All right. I went through some of those that I cut and paste during the break because I'm not very good multitasker of reading and talking at the same time because I'm not a Zoom pro. So let's tackle a few more of these in the Q&A first. All right. How to master in people and recruit. All right. Next one is how to master in recruiting people in business. Well, guess what? That's a skill, isn't it? Now, there's lots of skills that can make us better at this, but we can be good enough to go all the way to probably star anyway, star manager, or eagle manager, just by having these two questions. Remember them? Do you have this problem? Do you want to fix it? Yes or no? But could we get better? Oh, yeah, we can be lots better. So let me give you something that can make you a little bit better. The way people think is we want to make decisions first, information later. If we always remember we want to make a decision first because we want to save our time, information later, you'll always be a better recruiter. Let me give you a quick example here. Uh, I want to tell you about Swiss watch, the little gears inside, how they work. And let me tell you about those for an hour. And you're going to be saying, no, 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 don't waste an hour of my time. Just ask me if I'm interested in hearing about the gears and Swiss watch first. You'd say that, of course. It's the same about our business. It may or may not be the right time when we talk to somebody for them to hear about our business. Let's be respectful. Let's be nice. If it is, we'll tell them about it. If it's not, it's okay. We just look for somebody else. So in our business, you never have to worry about, will this person join or not? We don't have to worry about that. Because if they don't join, it's okay. We only need 20 or 50 people in the beginning to really get a really good sized check. And they don't have to be one of them. They can join later or never. It's okay. So don't worry about one person with an attitude or one person with a problem. It's okay. So, how do we get better in recruiting people? Well, first thing we have to do is practice. Because if we practice, um, we won't look nervous. Because remember, in the first 10 seconds, they're kind of checking out. Are you looking a little bit nervous here? Because if this is your first time doing it, I don't know if I want to follow you. But if you seem natural and calm, and you've done this so many times, nobody's going to surprise you with a surprise answer. They're going to say, if I follow somebody, I'd like to follow somebody like you. So the first thing to be a better recruiter is to practice. For some people, they just have to practice saying hi for a month before they're comfortable. But later on, we're going to practice learning how to get the other person to talk and how to listen for a problem. And then we're going to practice on how to ask people if they want to fix their problem. And soon we could do this in our sleep. It's going to be so easy. So, to be a better recruiter, the first thing is practice what we know now. Next thing is, you say, well, if I'm going to be a better recruiter, I know we're not supposed to prejudge, but some people would be better for my business than others. And the answer is, yeah, we prejudge. So, if we're going out looking for people to talk to, maybe we might want to talk to people that are maybe further along that might want to do our business. So in America, we have an office called the unemployment office. When somebody loses their job, they can go down to the unemployment office. And it used to be this way. Now I'm not sure. But there was two lines in the unemployment office. One line would have people in it saying, this line is so long. Hurry up, hurry up. I would just want to get my check from the government because they're going to give me a check for 26 weeks when I don't have a job. And it's not a big check, but I get it. And then I can go home on TV. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. The other line is where people got in line saying, do you have any job openings? Do you have any job openings? Is there anything I can do? Now, I know we're not supposed to prejudge, but which line would you talk to first? Well, we would talk to the line of the people saying, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. I want opportunity. Yeah. Because they're like halfway there already. They want something. So if you're going to be a better recruiter, you might say, well, maybe I should go to places where more people are further along in their thinking, where more people would be thinking, yeah, now's a good time. Now there's an opportunity. So let's talk about America again. In America, we have a lot of people that work for the government. And if you work for the government, well, it doesn't pay very good, but everything's secure. They really can't fire you if you do a bad job unless it's really bad, and they still can't fire you. So you have a job for life, and then you get a retirement. And you say, are these people really looking for opportunity? And you have to say, well, probably not unless something's really happened in their life. And then there's another group of people that you could go to where every Monday There's these group of people with jobs. They get together on Monday night and they talk about how they're going to start their own business or how they're looking for opportunity or uh, what they can do to get a better job. And you say, if I just spent my time going to that meeting with that group, I would be around better people that want to do something. Yeah. So there's a lot of people that need more opportunity, but they don't want to do anything about it because they don't think it's possible. Why? Because maybe when they're growing up, their parents say nothing's impossible. You're going to be this way all your life, and there's no hope. So maybe if you had a choice, if you want to be a better recruiter in time, you'd say, let me make sure I'm talking to people in a group that might be closer to making that decision. And that'd be another thing you could do. Next thing is you could learn how to talk to the people that don't say hi. And then you could learn how to talk to people so they would all trust you quickly. And we could learn more skills. But for today, let's say we got to practice these two things, these two little sentences. Because if I do, I will sound so natural, people have confidence in me. So, next question here. How do you get people to trust you enough to share their challenges? Okay, this is actually a pretty good recruiting skill. Uh, People are shy. They don't want to open up to us. They're skeptical. They're afraid we're going to try to sell them something. So, how do you get people to trust? I'll give you a couple quick ways. Number one is I want you to believe that you can get anybody to trust you in less than 15 seconds. If you don't believe that, well, then it's going to be hard here. But it's true. Think about con men. Con men, these people that trick people and trick them out of their money, they're able to get people to trust them in 15 seconds and they have bad intentions. They don't have your best interests at heart. These are sleazy people. They're thieves. They steal. How do they do that? Well, they know how people make up their minds to trust. So let's learn how people make up their minds to trust us. Number one, the first thing they're going to ask is, are you more like me or not like me? Here's the reality. We tend to trust people who are more like us than people that are different. So if you're from India and you go to Canada and there's 26 million Canadians there around you and you're a stranger and you meet somebody from India, whew, instant friend. Because that person is more like you than the 26 million Canadians that are not like you. And you go, yeah, yeah, that's true. Because you have something in common. You come from the same city or same country. And here's how the conversation goes. Even though they are a stranger, hi, hi. You from India? Yeah, I'm from India too. Where are you from? Well, I'm from Delhi. Where are you from? I'm from Mumbai. Oh, we're neighbors. Well, no, you're not neighbors, but you just feel that way, right? So the first thing people look at, are you more like me than not like me? So if we're different, we have an uphill battle, let's face it. But that's why we seem to like people of the same religion, the same politics, who like the same brand of beer, who like doing the same thing, who like the same foods. We are like the same sports team. We just like people who are more like us than not like us automatically. Now, we're going to meet lots of people who are not like us. So, how do we get them to trust us? And we do that by showing them that we think like they do. Now, if they say, if you think like I do, well, then I can trust you more. And how do we show them that we think like they do? By telling them facts that they believe and we believe. Let me give you some examples of some facts that they believe and we believe. We could say to people like, we all need more money. We go, wow, that's true. We all need more money. You and I think the same. And it's better to be our own boss than having to ask somebody for a raise. Oh, my goodness, that's right. It is better to be our own boss. You and I think the same. Whew. And things are easier when we have more money. Oh, my goodness, Vulcan, mind meld. You and I think exactly the same. You are a mind reader. We're like brother and sister. We're joined at the hip. It's awesome. And as you can see, if we just tell people two or three facts that we both believe, guess what? We're in. They trust us. Now, if you tell people two facts that they believe, they're going to say, "Wow, that's two facts in a row." And we have limited brain power. Our brain says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, two facts in a row. That's got to be true." Well, we can just trust that person from now on. Don't worry about it. From now on, whatever you say is true, and let me put my limited brain power and some other stuff I need to be doing. So if you tell people two facts that they believe, chances are you're good to go. But here's another way. Smile. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not a natural smiler. Okay, time to learn. If you want people to trust you, learn to smile. If you can't smile, well, you're just making it hard on yourself. Think about a baby. A baby that's 6 weeks old, laying in the crib, can't roll over. How do humans get the baby to smile? We look down at the baby and we smile at the baby. And what can the baby do at 6 weeks old? It can smile back. Babies at 6 weeks old have a program in their head that says if somebody smiles at me, they can be trusted and smile back. It's in everybody's brain. Now, this program is in everybody. If you smile at them, they're going to think you're more trustworthy and you can be trusted. Now, I will tell you that program is totally not true. Con men, criminals, they smile and they steal people's money. Politicians smile, and well, we know about politicians. But I'm just saying, if you have $1 million smile, people will trust you right away and use it. And if you don't have $1 million smile, I didn't practice. And you say, really? Just smiling makes that much difference? Huge difference. So if you don't smile, practice. Practice a lot. Because if you smile, people will want to believe what you say next. It's just how it is. I don't make the rules, I'm just reporting them. But if you want to be a better recruiter, learn to smile and then they will trust you. Next thing we can do is give them word commands to their subconscious mind that what we say is true. Now, every language is different, but for English, we have a saying that goes like this: well, you know how. If you say, well, you know how, before you tell people something, their mind goes, well, if I already know how, then it must be true. So whatever you say is going to be true. You say, well, that's stupid. I know it's stupid, but it's how we think. So if you listen to people, they will say things like, well, you know how it gets so hot here in summer? Well, you know how traffic is so bad? Well, you know how we wish our weekends were longer? So if you say, well, you know how, before your fact, there's a better chance that they will accept the fact totally true. And we could go on, but these are skills that we learn to become better recruiters. So back to the original question, be a better recruiter? Yeah, learn better skills on how to talk to people. Let's move on to the next one here. Uh, this question is, they listen to me and say, good luck. Well, gee, what would that tell us? I think what they're telling is, I've heard your stupid, silly sales presentation, so I've already made a no decision, but I'm going to be polite and tell you good luck to on whatever you do. So the reason people do this is we were just rude. We forced a sales presentation on them, and they didn't want it, and they just feel bad. Can you repeat a sample exam? Oh, all right. All right, so here's the question. When we say hi, the other people respond hi, and then what do? Nothing. If we just hesitate 1 or 2 seconds, people have inside them like it's ready to explode. They just like talking about their problems. Boom. And if you notice that maybe they're not talking to you, you say, well, why? Did I shower? Uh, is something on my face? Was I mean to a little kid before I talked to them and they saw me be mean to a little kid? You have to say, why are they scared of me? And maybe it's not our fault. Maybe, like I said, we just look like their ex boyfriend or girlfriend, and yeah, okay. Or maybe they're having a bad day. But if we respond, we say hi, they respond hi. 9 out of 10 times, they want to talk. And if they don't want to talk, we might learn to say, well, yeah, yeah, have a good day, and we're fine. Maybe we made somebody feel good, and we're on. Let's just talk to the people that want to talk. Because when they talk, they love to get all those problems outside and they like to let other people know how much they suffer, how hard their life has been. People love to do it. And you say, well, it doesn't work that way around here. If I talk to 10 people, only one's going to talk to me. Nine's going to be mean or run away, and only one will talk to me. And all right, so 1 out of 10. And let's say you want to sponsor 5 people. All right, so it won't take you that long. You'll have your 5 and you'll be fine. But reality is, most people, if they have a chance, want to tell you everything that's wrong in their life and how much they suffer. And that just makes it so easy because really, the only thing we do is solve people's problems. Somebody says networking's not my thing. Uh, all right. We talk to a prospect. They say networking is not my thing. We have two choices, remember? We could say, okay, it's not your thing, but I bet if I had really good skills, and a whole lot of time I can convince you. So let's take the next 2 or 3 days, chat, and I'll convince you that networking's your thing. The problem with that is maybe we could convince them, but how many opportunities, how many other people did we miss during those 2 or 3 days that could have been great for our business? So while we're working really hard to convince this one person, that time we took away from other people who might have been even better. So what happens when somebody just says networking is not my thing? I don't want to do it. No, 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 no. Please stop talking to me. I stop talking to them. I'm thinking, all right, I bet I can convince you, and I know it'd be great for you, and I know I can help you, but it's going to take so long. And I have a business here to run, so I better get to business and talk to people that have a problem that want to fix it now. Later, when I'm rich and retired, I can spend time out of charity to help you out with your head problems. But now I just don't have the time. I'm sorry. And leave them alone. It's just not their time right now. Okay. So, can you use this formula on social media? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So let's go to these questions over here. Uh, if they say, "What is the opportunity?" Well, it sounds like they're asking for a presentation. So let me think. If you had 100 people come up to you and say, "So tell me about your opportunity," that'd be a pretty good thing, wouldn't it? That'd be awesome. So we say, "You have this problem? Yeah. Do you want to fix it? Yeah. So what's your opportunity?" Okay. So we know what to say, don't we? What 7 words? What would you like to know first? So we know exactly what to say in this situation. We already learned that. So it's going to be easy. And they can start asking questions. And if any of our answers disqualifies them, that's okay. It's not their time. And we should be spending our time with somebody that we can help more. So if you say, they say, "What's the name of your company?" You say, "Forever Living Products." And they say, "I can't join any company that starts with letter F." It's okay. Don't change the company or anything. Just say it's okay. And spend your time with somebody that can join a company what starts with letter F or whatever the problem may be. So we don't have to get everybody in the beginning. Let's take the easy ones, just the volunteer. Okay. Charlotte says, "Smile with your eyes and your mouth." Okay. She's good at this. All right. What happens when they ask, what is your business? Because they seem to be in a hurry. All right. Why do they pretend to be in a hurry? Because they're afraid of long sales pitches. We have trained prospects over the years to be afraid of long sales pitches because as salespeople, we didn't know that people make decisions first. And what do? We thought we had to give them a sales pitch, a presentation first so they can make up their mind. We say you have to have all these facts before you can make a decision. That's just not true. Remember, that's the big lesson we have to take home here. It's just not true. People always make decisions first, and then if the answer is yes, then they want information. We probably didn't know that before right now, but now that we know that, it could change how we do our business forever. Okay, next one. They ask, what is your business? Because it seemed to be in a hurry. Got that one. All right. If you have a contact in a foreign country, wouldn't they feel safe signing up with an FBO in their own country? Well, this doesn't sound like too big of a problem. If they're already wanting to sign up, we've done the hard work, haven't we? So, guess what? You are only a phone call away. You're only a Facebook Messenger video call away or a text message away, just like an FBO in their own country. There's no difference. So that probably wouldn't make any difference at all. So if they want to sign up somebody local, I don't think it makes much difference how far that message went through the internet line. It really doesn't. What's the next question here? Where are persons that you say hi to? Where do you meet them? All right, people, you meet them everywhere. Remember, they don't have to say hi back. That's not a requirement. All we have to do is say hi and take the volunteers that say hi back. Now, we're not mind readers, so we don't know if they're going to say hi back or not. So we'll just say hi to everybody. Just make it a habit. And if you do this for a long time, all of a sudden you notice this is pretty easy. Then I'll learn, for those that don't say hi back, just say hi. Have a nice day. And they'll feel good. And they say, I should at least said hi to them. That was so nice. And we did something good for humanity. So we don't have to make money every time we talk. We can do something good for humanity also. So just take it upon ourselves to say hi. And if they don't say hi back, just say hi, have a nice day, because it'll uplift them, make them feel better. That will be our donation to humanity. And that's okay. We can do good things in life. We don't have to do everything for money. What's the next one here? FBO. Okay, and down here, hey, I think I went through all the questions. Let's see if any new ones have been added on the Q&A. About the team breaking, we did that one. I'll tell you what, even if you forgot everything on this call, just remember that we're polite people. We ask two questions. Do you have this problem? Do you want to fix it? That's all. And if you remember that people make decisions when? Right away. You say, wow, just that alone can help me build a business. I can go all the way to manager without hardly knowing anything, just two little sentences. And hi, anybody can learn to say hi. All right, so let's do a couple more questions that came in here. Sometimes people just want to listen. They don't want a solution. They don't want us to fix it. They just want to complain about their problems. And they feel if we just listen to them and we don't do anything, would they feel like we're not genuine? Oh, all right. So the answer is, are we only talking to people for money and not being genuine? Well, that's up to you. Will people feel that we're just trying to sell them something? No, we just ask about their life. If they have a problem, we ask them if they want to fix it. If they do want to fix them, well, then our conversation will go toward our business. And if they don't want to fix it, we can still listen to their problems. And a lot of people have problems. I have relatives that have problems, and their problems will never go away. And at a family reunion, they repeat the same problems as last year. And it's okay. That's what families do is sort through and, repeat their problems over and over again. It's the same problems. Now, somewhere in the conversation, I want to say, do you want to do something about it? But I know with my brother-in-law maybe or a cousin, I know them pretty well. They don't want to do something about it. I asked them that last year and they didn't want to do something about it. And this year ain't any better. They just have better stories about their problems. It's okay. Remember, we don't have to fix people's problems. We don't even have to offer to fix them. Uh, we don't even have to listen while they're telling us their problems. We could be thinking of something else just because we're bored. All we do is ask people if they have a problem, if they want to fix it. If they do, then our conversation talks about our business. If not, then everything is normal, just like before. People enjoy talking about their problems. Don't take their happiness away. Don't fix their problems or even offer to fix their problems unless they want them fixed. But I tell you what, so many people want them fixed that they'll listen to what we have to offer and how we offer it. So take the volunteers, just volunteers. Don't force it on anybody. Okay, so next one. Which book or course do you suggest to learn the skills of network marketing? Well, ah, I like books. Here's why I like books. We can learn by trial and error. Go out and try things till we figure it out. But it really hurts and it gets scar tissue and it's a slow way to learn and very, very expensive because we delay our bonus checks for months or years. I tried by trial and error for 1 year and 10 months. That's a long time. Got nowhere. There are people that know what to do. How about Kim? I think he knows what to do. So we can learn from other people. We don't have to learn by trial and error. So if you learn by trial and error, I will tell you that number one, when you learn that way, you'll have lots of bad experiences and you will remember them. So it's a good way for memory. Trial and error gives us bad experiences, and bad experiences we remember. So we remember, maybe I shouldn't say those words again, but it is slow and expensive. So if you're going to be doing business and you want to do it right away, we got to learn from other people's experience. They already took the trial and error for us. They wrote down or speak. So whenever Kim speaks, listen to what he says. Use the words he does. And you say, well, I can't listen to a speaker every day. Can I learn by books? And the answer is yeah. That's why I like books. Now, I've written over 40 books in my life. Over 40 books on the brain science, how people make decisions, how to follow up, icebreakers, what to say, skills like the four color personalities, and all the different skills we have in network marketing. I've written books about them. And guess what I do every morning? I read new books because we either learn or we stay where we are. And I just love learning new things that I can read and try. So if you are a person that likes to read books, congratulations. That's the coolest way to learn because you take somebody who spent their whole life to write one book, you have a lifetime of experience in one book. So which book would I recommend? Normally, I would recommend a book by me because, well, I'm biased. I think my books are really good. And what I like about my books is I just tell people word for word what to say. And I have a book called Quick Start Guide, and I recommend that to everybody because it takes 90 minutes to read. And you know answers to things like the product is too expensive. So, uh, in the beginning, there's only going to be 3 or 4 objections that you're going to get all the time. You need to know what to say. So let me give this to you right now. If somebody says, but your product is too expensive, here are the correct words to say. You're going to say, yes, it is expensive. That's a fact. They agree with it. Yes, it is expensive. The company wanted to make a cheaper version, but they knew it wouldn't work. And they didn't want to rip you off. That took 6 seconds. Yes, it is expensive. The company wanted to make a cheaper version, but they knew it wouldn't work and they didn't want to rip you off. Maybe 10 seconds if you talk slow. What happens when they hear that? Whoa, it must be really good because it's expensive. It must be really good. And well, I could buy a cheaper version at the store, but it probably wouldn't work. And then I'd lose my money. I'd be ripped off. So if I want something that works, I'm going to have to spend this amount of money with you. And all that happens by having those words. That's exactly word for word what to say. So when they read the book, they say, wow, now I know how to answer too expensive from now on. It's easy to do. As a matter of fact, it's so much fun to say. I can't wait for them to say it because it will sell them even more. It could, it took me 45 years to come up with that answer. I had other answers, but this is the best one I've had so far. So that's why I recommend books because it's a shorter way to learn. If you're only going to get one book in your career, only one, there is a book coming out next week, and it's called, and you can see it in my background right here. It's called How to Build Your Nutrition Business Fast. That's the cover of the book is the background. And I'll give you in the chat here, I will type in where you can go on the internet to check out that book. It's, I don't know what it is in, I guess I could look up what the cost is in all the different countries, but in the United States, you can get the book for $4.99, about $5 US. Might be $6 maximum where you live. Now, it's only an ebook because they haven't printed it yet because Amazon is busy printing toilet paper. So they're way behind on books. But you can download this. So if you have $5, download this book and read it. It's everything you're going to need to know to start your nutrition business. All the answers, how to do a presentation, how to answer questions, how to answer objections, where to find the best people right away, what to say right away, and all the cool stuff we don't know when we get started. And let me just type it in here, BBNUT. So if you can read the Q&A, it's there's a URL that you type in, you click on it, and magic happens. It takes you to a page, and you can get it on Kobo.com or Amazon.com or iBooks.com or wherever you get ebooks that you can download. And I like ebooks rather than printed books. You can read them on your phone, or you can read it on your computer. It's so much more convenient. But get that book. It's just coming out. It will be available in your country, but it's not being announced till next week, so ahead of time. But it has all the answers you want on everything for your business. So if you're only going to read one book in your lifetime, read that book. And if you don't want to ever invest anything in your business, never want to buy a book in your career, here's some bunch of stuff free to help you out. So let me type that in. All right, so I typed in another thing for free stuff. For free stuff, just go here to so if you can read the Zoom webinar chat, cut and paste that or write it down on a piece of paper because it'll probably go away when our chat is done. Just go to bigalbooks.com/free report. Or if you just go to bigalbooks.com, click on free, and there's some audios you can listen to for free just to get started on magic words, which is fun. And there's a book you can download there free called Why You Need to Do Network Marketing. Free. So that's all free. But if you wanted one book, I would recommend the best book for it would be, well, I can't even spell it. NUTRID. There it is. That's a URL. You can go check it out. So learn any way you can. When Kim talks, take notes, pay attention, record it, listen to it over and over. He talks a certain way. He understands things about the business a certain way. Change how we think. Things will get better. Let's see if we have any more questions here. What if they say they have no money to start but interested? Well, you can check that really quick. So how much is it going to cost them to start? And they say, well, I can't even start. I can't do anything. Say, all right, here's what. You invite 10 people, and we'll get them on a Zoom call or a meeting at their home, or just get me 10 names. We'll talk to 10 people. Enough of them will want to join. You'll earn money right away. Don't worry about it. First, let's invite some people. They say, well, I don't want to invite people. Oh, so maybe they don't want to start right now. So we found out pretty quick, didn't we? Just by saying, all right, if money's holding you back, just invite a bunch of people or show them the catalog and take some orders and we'll find out really quick if they don't have money or if they're just making an excuse. Now, if they don't have money, there's lots of ways they can start. We know that. We just want to check the reality of what they're telling us is true. Next one is, how do you engage with someone you meet on social media? Well, what do you mean, did you meet them on social media? If they sent you a message because you met them on social media, answer the message. I think that would be polite. And you know what? If you can get them to talk a little bit about themselves, they might tell you about a problem right away. How cool would that be? Now, you might want to build a little rapport first. Maybe show them your smiling face or tell them a fact they believe. But if you meet somebody on social media, fine. How do you engage with them? Just like in real, hi, smile. This is getting a lot easier, isn't it? All right. Person says, I have no money for 2 case count. Well, maybe they can go out and get a whole bunch of people committed so they already have orders for 2cc. Oh, well, I don't even want to try. Well, then we have a problem. Maybe we need to talk to them and teach them what to say. Let's say, all right, for you to start with 2cc, maybe we should get a whole bunch of people that want to buy it first. Well, okay. Let me show you what to say to people so they want to buy it first. And now we start training them. That'd be pretty easy, wouldn't it? You'll be amazed that most people do have money, but they have chosen not to spend the money with us. Think about that. Because maybe we made it sound too hard, or maybe we made it sound like something they can't do. But what if we told them that cell phone story? Remember that one? We said, you don't know how to do this first. Don't worry about it. We will learn. My only question is, I know you can learn. You know you can learn. My only question is, do you want to learn? If you do, then I will spend some time with you to make this happen. And that's all the difference in the world. All right. I stopped to take care for my group, moved to another city, and they did nothing. How do I get them back involved? All right. So if you had some people started and they failed, why did they fail? Well, they failed because they didn't know what to do. So let me think here. They don't know what to do. Hey, wait, I do. I could teach them. So I could go back to these people and say, hey, all your people quit because they didn't know what to do. They wanted to do something, but what they tried didn't work. And they quit, right? Yeah. So this time, let's teach them what to do so it does work, because they want to do this business. They just don't know how. We know how. We know the exact words to say, or we could read them out of this book, how to start your nutrition business. We could do this for them and just teach them from that book, and they could be awesome. And for everyone here on the call, you know exactly how to do it. Just teach them those 2 sentences, how it works, how people make decisions. And you're going to get a recording from this. I'm pretty sure about it. And if you just want to know just a few things to say, just to start to get better, because our time is up, stop by bigalbooks.com, download the free audios on magic words, download the free book, Why You Need to Start Network Marketing. Just do that. When you go to bigalbooks.com, just click on free. That's it. That's all the instructions you need. If you need more instructions than that, well, then maybe you want to think about your business options. But here, just go to bigalbooks.com, click on free, download that. You're going to learn a whole lot more in magic words. And if you're a place in your career where you really want to get rocking with it, this new book was coming out next week. You can get it now ahead of time. Just go to bigalbooks.com, look for the book and click on it. And you can get it on kobo.com or Amazon.com or iBooks.com, any of these places, and it's a great place to start. So I've used up all the 3 hours. I wish we had more time, but you know what? I think we got through almost all the questions, which is pretty awesome. So for everybody, I wish you great luck. I appreciate the time here that you gave me. Hope you get a chance to review your notes and recording. Go out and practice these 2 sentences. It's going to be the most fantastic business ever. Everybody here on the call, you can do this business. Absolutely. It's just some stuff we didn't know yet, and we're learning them now. Thank you a bunch. Bye bye, everybody.